Go crazy! Ah! Go stupid! Ah! You ever see
This is
that?
tight. We need a bigger table.
I'm sweating right now.
The iPod be better.
What, my new 2018 iPad's not good enough here?
It's fine to sweat. My veins will start showing.
No, the tweet I just sent.
68 gigs.
Why'd you tell me that was okay to tweet? I thought it was too dark, but it's out there now.
Why don't you just show me you put out?
Now it's your fault.
Yeah, like 20 minutes before you came.
Oh, that wasn't a draft? That was
No, I
that was
showed
a tweet?
That was a little deception.
This guy sends me a tweet and he's like, "Yo, 100,000K retweets guaranteed." I'm like, "All right, let's see." I get like 101.
Yeah,
Thanks a lot.
mine got more.
You kept the better one for yourself.
I know, I did. I thought it had some potential, but it didn't really work out.
What's
too
funny
well.
is that I knew when it wasn't going to blow up, I was thinking you were going to comment like, "Oh, what are you copying me?" And then if it did blow up, you were going to comment, "Well, I wrote this." So
Yeah,
That's 100%.
yeah.
no, but
142 on
There
the
you go.
autograph tweet.
Oh man. So I guess we should open with that, right?
Oh, the
Cold
autograph story?
opening. Yeah, Nash signing an autograph.
Yeah.
I'll let you tell it.
All right. Simple as this. I was really hungover. And Teddy, you know what? I'm going to throw that in.
we go.
But you judging me. You're like, why are you eating at Wendy's?
Oh.
Huh? And basically, I'm reading in between the lines, why are you eating there, you fat fuck? Like, that's what I'm getting from it.
What time was it? It was like
It's
9
like
o'clock in the
12:30.
morning.
No, it
Right?
was 12:30. 12:30, 1-ish kind of, somewhere around there, I guess. Because I was talking to Aaron right around those phone calls. But, yeah, so I pull up to the window, and I'm wearing my nerd soup shirt. And, I didn't get his name either.
Wait,
but-
you got caught in a drive-thru? Not
yeah,
going
at the
in?
drive-thru.
Oh.
So he
a
says,
scope
he
on
goes, "Oh, excuse me, like, is that from the,
scope.
the YouTube channel?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, you listen?" He's like, "Yeah, big fan, all this." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm Nash." And he goes, "Oh my God, no way, man! You're Nash. Like, oh, that's awesome. Like, you live on the island." And I'm like, "Yeah, we all do." And then he's like, "Can I get an autograph?" I was like, "You serious?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Sure." The most embarrassing, I feel so bad because I just put Nash in capital letters, not like script. And when I put the pen in at first, like to do the end, put a hole in it. And
You know that's you
Those
now, right?
bags are hard to write on.
now that's
You have to
Nash.
sign Nash like
Yeah.
that every time.
yeah, I guess. But I want to do like a Nash. But I was hungover. I
Right.
didn't match. I was sweating because I was just playing basketball before that, and
I was hungover. I didn't match. I love how you threw that in.
yeah, because I was
My outfit was all over the
yeah,
place.
because he's probably like pulling. I pull up to the window and he's like, "Who the fuck is this
Colorblind?
lunatic sweating out of his face?"
He is
ordering
colorblind,
2 grilled chicken
Are you
wraps. and-
colorblind?
I'm sorry.
Are you colorblind?
No,
Yeah, you are.
they think I'm colorblind. I'm
you
not.
are.
How do you?
I get my blues and purples mixed up a little bit sometimes,
Yeah,
but
well,
like
blues and
dark
purples,
purple, like navy. But yeah,
I get that. Now, did this really happen, or?
You know Aaron's boiling right now.
No, I told Nash, I was like, Aaron's gonna show up with like nerd suit paraphernalia all over his car. Be like, "I'm Aaron the nerd suit monkey." Like, "Hey, Aaron the nerd suit monkey, can I get a large number 5?"
No, I'm in there for the nuggets. I'm going back. I'm trying to get into this guy. Be like, hey, sign some autographs, give me some nuggets. I pictured this guy having this bag and just like waiting, like just in case any one of us like go to that Wendy's, and he's just gonna like have all the autographs on the bag, like a team signed jersey.
I'm gonna say no.
And he's just yeah.
You're gonna be one
Nah,
of those
man, I'm
guys
good.
like
Pay
Patrick
me.
Ewing.
How much?
$10, Buster.
I only sign for kids. Sorry. $10.
Buy my Wendy's also.
Yeah, and I,
Why don't you sweeten the pot a little? Give him a little extra ranch sauce. All right.
and I feel so
Give me the
bad.
bag.
Like I got caught off guard. I just put Nash. I didn't ask his name, and I froze up on the spot. I've never been asked for an autograph, and God, did I never thought it would happen. So, but yeah,
Good for you.
shout out to Wendy's.
It's funny because we wore the shirts at Comic-Con. Nobody recognized us.
That was upsetting.
Yeah.
Well, I wore. Did you wear the shirt?
No, you wore the shirt.
Okay. And people probably.
You didn't seem
we were a
very
group,
approachable though.
We were a group.
Well, I
though.
had my hoodie on, so that's probably what.
But
it
you know
was.
what it
It's
is?
blocked.
Somebody actually commented, and they're like, for the 5th Beatle, like, I think it was Michael Ventura. I want to send out a shout out. He tweeted back on that tweet I had, and he's like, you're the 5th Beatle, but I only recognize your face, And I guess we're wearing the shirt, but there's a lot of people out there with merchandise.
Who is the 4th Beatle? Would it be Marissa?
Yeah,
You just
I
never
guess
shows-
so.
Like John
Turtle.
Lennon. Yeah, the turtle. No, the turtle is
Stu.
George Martin.
He's more behind the scenes, but Stu's just always He's
What
there.
do you mean Stu's but no, he's not.
He made a few thumbnails.
Stu hasn't been here for like years.
You know.
He still posts us.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like in the beginning, you had the first video with Teddy and Stu and you, and then
Fire.
Yeah, we were just the Yardbirds at that point.
Yeah.
We weren't even the Beatles.
that's also
The Yardbirds.
And then we brought in Ringo. Hey, Aaron, how you doing? And look, now we have Nash, the fifth Beatle.
And then eventually I'm going to be
Your
the
best.
Wings. I'm going to be Paul McCartney.
No, he- no, you-
God,
the
you
Wings.
go
No,
from fifth
we're-
Beatle to Paul McCartney.
And the Wings,
Jump.
baby.
we're the
Can I get assassinated?
conspiracy Beatles, where Paul dies, right? Remember, that's a conspiracy. Paul
Oh,
McCartney's
right,
dead, and then we got the new Paul. So, what's up, new Paul?
You
Well,
would
I'm
want to
the
get assassinated.
tax man.
Just end it. Just get. I'm
Yeah,
out of here.
somebody's reading Storm of Swords.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Nerd Soup Podcast. I am Bo Oliver, the first Beatle. I'm here with Teddy, the second Beatle.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron, the third Beatle.
Yep.
No, I guess Aaron would be the second Beatle. I'm sorry, Ted.
At least I'm a Beatle.
At least.
I'm just here.
High
for
praise.
And of course, we have Nash, the first Nerd Soup member to be spotted in public. And today we're talking about a lot of stuff, movies, TV. We're reviewing a movie. Hard to get that out there. Yeah, and we're talking about Avengers, 3-hour runtime. We're
What
talking
movie are we
about
reviewing?
Us.
It's called The Tease.
I got 5 on it,
Mm.
messing with that NOE.
Mm-hmm.
And you can listen to this podcast on SoundCloud at the Nerd Soup Podcast, and iTunes, Nerd Soup Podcast, Spotify, Nerd Soup Podcast, YouTube, nerdsoup4u at gmail.com. Send your fan questions. Nerdsoup4u at Twitter. Tweet us your questions. Not to Teddy, though, because he doesn't understand how that works.
Yes,
And,
I do.
All right, so what do you guys want to jump in first? You want to jump into us right away?
No, I'll save it for the end. If you haven't seen us, then you're just going to blow the rest of the podcast.
I was gonna say to get that out of the way. That's a long one. It's gonna be a long review, right?
Nash, I guess it's on you. What are we doing?
Well, I did get the autographs, so I think I'll dictate this. How bad? You want to rip the mic from my
yank
face?
that out of you.
Tell our cable.
This kid's lucky if he comes
You know
back
what?
in the
You
next one.
guys are very good at what you do, so I'll follow.
Oh my God, make a pick, guy.
Yeah, what are you doing?
After.
You suck. Oh my God.
It makes sense. Why would you do something that not everyone has seen in the middle of the podcast?
I'm just
Or
saying
the
for us,
beginning of the podcast.
I'm just saying for us to get it over with.
Aha.
You can just move it to the back.
Us.
Us, them.
That fucks up the
United
continuity
States.
because then we're going to be talking about we're going to reference stuff that we did in the Yuts review, but it's going to be all out of whack.
Fine.
Yeah.
Compromise. Middle.
Well, Nash had the choice, so I mean, we were going to do it after.
So it wasn't a
I'm sweating. Now I just feel like I either really helped this podcast or I ruined it. So
It'll be good no matter what.
Who cares?
okay.
I agree with both of those sentiments. Yeah, so I guess we'll jump into Avengers. 3-hour runtime has been confirmed, and that's awesome because this movie could be 4 hours, and I would go watch it.
No, I need
And
more.
as a fan of foreign films like myself, Tarkovsky is known to make an extended film here or there.
I'm the worst movie fan.
Molding
Fuck
clay
you.
in real time.
The thing too, everyone like Teddy just said not long enough. I don't know, man. Like 3 hours, that's a long fucking movie.
No, it's
I'm
long.
ready for it. And Infinity War breezed by, so I feel like this would do the same. But people are like, oh, too short, joking around. Yeah, try to sit in a theater for 6 hours. I would have a fucking panic attack. I would need to get up, and
I'll take 3 intermissions.
Yeah,
3 hours is a long time.
I do. I
Infinity
would
War,
love an
2:45.
intermission.
No.
I honestly, a 3-hour movie.
I can't make it
Are you
through
guys out of
anymore.
your minds?
I
I'm
just
gonna go to the
Captain
bathroom or
America
something.
dance to the Black Swan after? No, get the movie out. 3 hours.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm gonna have to pee like
intermission?
2.5 hours, 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm gonna
out.
have to go.
What do we all dress in suits and like mingle in the lobby?
It's gonna be like when you get
That'd be
surgery,
ideal.
like you can't eat or
Somebody
drink
sell 'em
a
on.
day
Go to a
before. I'm
matinee.
gonna have to do that. Or I'm gonna
Actually,
be.
sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, take it back to the old school, like in Glorious Bastards days.
What's the highest limit that you would go watch it? Like how many hours?
About
for
3.
movie.
So they nailed it for you.
Yeah.
For a movie, I mean, it really depends on the movie. If they came out and said this movie was going to be 3 hours and 45 minutes, I would be like, that's awesome. Then you might need an intermission.
It's a type of movie too, right? Where it's like I said, Infinity War flew by. Like every time I want to watch The Godfather, I go to put it on. I'm like, oh man, it's gonna be 3 hours. I'm gonna
Like you're
watch.
pumped or
I'm just gonna watch Parks and Rec.
yeah.
So I need to be in the mood. But this one, especially opening night, it's definitely one where you really don't care. Once you're seated in that theater, you're ready to go. You're locked and loaded.
Oh, this is going to fly by.
Just knowing that it's 3 hours, it makes me so anxious. Like, what's gonna happen?
Well,
There's
people were
so
upset with
much.
Infinity War's runtime, too.
What, that was too short?
Yeah, a lot of people said that. At 2:45 was too short. It is 2:45. I mean, it's a long fucking movie too.
Damn,
And
being in your
movies
basement,
aren't that long.
watching that for 2, that went really quick.
Yeah.
Wow.
But like you said, there is so much to go on. It's just, what are they putting in this 3-hour runtime?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I was wondering, too, how much screen time do you think Thanos gets? Because,
I don't think he's
Infinity War, they say Infinity War was his movie. I don't know if you've heard that.
I feel like he's not going to get that much because it's going to be more of them trying to put the pieces back together and not so much of attacking him. Because I said it in my last ones. I agree with my brother that I think we're just going to get like kind of a replay of the last fight in Wakanda. So I don't think they're going to go to his house wherever he is. Like,
Did you see those posters that they released today?
Yeah, wasn't a big fan. The posters like themselves were cool, but wait for the movie to tell us some of those characters are still around and who's dusted. That kind of
Like Wong? You big upset about the Wong
I mean,
spoiler?
Valkyrie. I'm like, oh, that would have been cool to see her pop out. Like
Yeah.
Thor goes to get her, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that would have been nice, but I don't think the Russos, like they said already, that there's a lot of misdirection in the trailer. So I'm sure if it's probably not that big of a deal. As
When
far
do
as
these guys come
story-wise.
back? The other big characters that were all dusted.
The
How
end?
far into the movie? Yeah, you don't think they're going to have...
3/4 in.
But do they fight?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think they
There's
have anything to do?
so many. Who are they fighting? Thanos got new kids already?
Well, if Teddy's theory comes true, they're all there.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
will-
Yeah.
Everybody.
The whole group's there.
They handled it pretty well the first time, right? Thor just, aim a little higher. It's not like they need the extra firepower to beat Thanos.
Yeah, but now we got the extra firepower.
Yeah.
Imagine
So.
seeing all those boys on the screen at one time.
I cannot wait to see Hulk. Oh my god.
Professor Hulk, people are saying.
Professor Hulk. That would be awesome. Great Hulk, yeah.
Yeah, no, why are you laughing? People,
Because it's just
people are
fun.
saying that.
No, I've heard people say it. I've heard. It would be fun. It's going to be funny to see him with the glasses on, talking in the Mark Ruffalo voice, intelligently. I love Baby Hulk in Thor Ragnarok. I think he's the best part of that movie. But yeah, the runtime, I think we're all excited for it. And Nash, you going to see this movie?
I'll go see it with you guys.
Okay, yeah, we'll see about that.
Yeah. 3 hours? 3 hours. 2 minutes, too.
2 minutes, yeah.
I can't do that.
Never get
I have a
impulsed
bladder
with these
problem.
things. People are liking the tweet and commenting. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. Pick one. Need to know how to feel. 'Cause right
Hello,
now,
hello,
I'm
hello.
dying. Mic's not working?
Here we
Just
go.
want to make sure. No, it is.
Okay. It's paused.
No, it's not.
Okay. Oh, there it goes.
Fine wine down your earlobe.
Um,
All right, so what's our next story here, story guy?
What about the Spider-Man? They said they're dropping a trailer after Infinity War.
Oh, yeah, but the new poster.
Oh,
That's
Endgame?
not newsworthy, right?
No.
Yeah, it's a poster.
All right.
Posters are nice.
all right, next story.
Well, last time we had a couple trailers since last podcast. Most notably, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and
Oh,
Stranger
man.
Things 3.
Oh damn! I didn't watch that.
Oh, Teddy, you want to stop the pod?
Yeah, I didn't watch that.
No.
No, don't.
Don't watch it.
No.
No.
Should have came prepared.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were talking about it.
Me
No,
neither.
it's
I know it was just an us review.
Oof.
Notes. Teddy has
Wow.
found his weakness.
Damn.
Do you need
Tunnel
notes for
vision.
the notes?
Had 2 good games. You know what's gonna happen.
That's everybody has their off game.
Yeah, so I'll start Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You see that one, Ted?
No. I
Oh,
would
but
have
you
watched
saw
it.
you saw Stranger Things.
No, I didn't see any of them.
You didn't see either of the trailers.
How are
No.
you
All right, you
so-
sit this one out. We'll check in. Nash,
This is what I was
Yeah,
talking about
I saw the
before.
trailer.
Once
What?
Upon a Time in
How
Hollywood.
you're so, like, your Twitter game. You need to be
My
on Twitter
hands
more.
are registered as lethal weapons.
Because they were saying that I would get
If I
upset if
kill
Nash
you.
got viral in front of me. I'd be upset. I'd say I'd be more upset with you because you don't have your pulse on the Twitter sphere, which is true.
I'm working.
You could check the Twitter.
No,
could.
you are bad. You've always been like that, though.
What an all-star cast.
Oh man, it's such a good trailer too. I think I watched it like 20 times. One of the best trailers that I think I've seen in like 2 years.
It told me nothing about the plot, and I'm like, yeah, I'm down. This movie's going to be awesome.
The thing is, how is he going to murder? How is it going to change?
It's
for
not
history?
really set on the Manson murders. That's just
Yeah,
an
it's like
aspect of the film.
Right,
but,
right. It's like Inglourious Basterds. His movies are kind of like spoofs.
Yeah.
Like the new Tarantino we need is like a movie set in the 70s, but it's also the Old West, and somehow the Nazis are there too. And
Just get it
Crystal-
all together.
Yeah,
and
just
then
mix up every
Uma
Tarantino
Thurman is
trope.
somehow there,
Uma
too.
Thurman's there, yeah.
Yeah.
Christoph Waltz, both of them have to team up.
The guy that's playing Manson in the movie,
He looks like Manson.
Damien Herriman, I think his name is. He plays Manson in Mindhunters.
Really?
Yeah, I was watching an interview because I've never seen Mindhunters,
Me
and
neither,
everybody
yeah.
says to watch it. And he plays Manson 11 years after this Manson that he's playing in this movie.
Okay. So he's
So,
playing an older Manson.
yeah.
He's in jail. He's making
Like
wacky
I've
faces.
never seen him in anything else. But hey, this
I
this
always
might
think
get him on
about
the
that
ballot.
too when they get like an actor to play Richard Nixon. It's like, who else is this guy gonna play? Like that's your one
Yeah.
chance to be an actor.
Yeah,
I think my favorite part of the trailer. Oh, by the way, I mean, someone commented this. It's like, oh, glad to see Lieutenant Aldo Rain got work after the war. He does the same exact accent.
Yes.
It's like, man, slow. I can't do it right, but it's the same accent as Inglourious Basterds, which is great. I don't care.
Somebody made a point that there's something inherently ridiculous about DiCaprio and Brad Pitt that Tarantino gets. That they are kind of, it's weird. They're the weird type of movie star where they're not the traditional movie star of like the 40s and the 50s. But like they're these pretty boys that sometimes they take themselves a little bit too seriously with the way that they've picked movies.
Mhm.
And now in Tarantino they get to play like, you know, Leonardo in Django Unchained. That's such a ridiculous character, but that was probably his best performance. And Brad Pitt, same thing with Aldo Rain. I don't know if that's his best performance, but they're always these ridiculous characters. And it seems like the same exact character in this trailer.
Yeah. Also, the Bruce Lee. Everyone's saying that's
That's the best part of the trailer.
yeah, just spot on. I think. I guess they're doing like some filming, right? I guess he's the stunt guy and he's doing a Bruce Lee.
Well,
People are
Bruce
saying,
Lee used to train
what's-
people.
What's the? People are saying it's what's the show he was in? Green Hornet.
Okay, right.
Some people are saying I think he has the same fit on. I'm not too sure, but I heard that.
But
So
just his head movements too. It's
yeah,
like, I go to jail.
yeah.
He's perfect. And the writing is classic Tarantino.
So it looks like that's gonna be like a a stunt performance on a film set, which that's what I want to see more. Like even that that black and white image of the old school film.
Yeah.
Like I want to see old Hollywood take place in this movie, like how they film stuff, like the different like practical effects and stunts they use, and just like I want to feel like I'm on a movie set from back in the '60s. And if he captures that, I think that'll be
Well, I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
Of course he's going to capture it.
a movie
aesthetic.
about a movie.
the aesthetic is just amazing. The way
It's
this
like
film,
Seinfeld,
Yeah.
Yeah.
a show about nothing.
I'm sure there'll be some outside things, but that'll be a nice little port to it. And the aesthetic of this movie looks just fucking phenomenal. And I think you can get really cool with it with the different sets. Like
Well, there is a Western inside of this, right?
they have the
Of course
Western, but
there
then they
is.
have them dancing, and they have the
Oh,
70s
dancing,
with
right,
the
that's
Sharon Tate.
Tarantino, yeah.
Like I think I still don't know what it's gonna be about, but I love it.
How does Samuel Jackson squeeze his way into this? He's got to be in there, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
Margot Robbie is Sharon Tate, too.
yeah.
Looks great.
and what is it? Dakota Fanning as what was
Yeah, she's
the name
one
of
of the Manson girls,
yeah,
right?
yeah, one of the Manson girls, right? Yeah, it's got a nice cast, man. And as Leo and Brad, that's like LeBron and Wade, bro. That's a big one too. Give me
Do
Carl.
you feel my hot take coming on?
I don't
You
know.
looked at me.
Brad Pitt.
Mm,
Oh no,
No,
don't.
not today.
Keep it to yourself.
okay. I'll just keep it to myself.
Don't.
Really?
He.
So what would you say? More of
What's his thing?
is it
What did you
Malone
say again?
Stockton
I was
kind of thing? They
Oh, them
kind of never
together?
won. Yeah,
I was gonna say like LeBron,
They're
Mo
they kind of
Williams.
never won anything.
They're like Mello and Stoudemire.
Oh,
Potential's there.
They don't. Yeah, like they're gonna have that one good year. Like this is it. If they do another movie together, it's almost like too much star power. you
okay.
know?
So it's like
no,
kind of the Kobe
LeBron
and
almost.
Dwight Howard kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. Like you take two greats and you put them together. It's like no, their styles are too similar. But we'll see for this one.
They're both needy.
They're both needy.
It actually does look weird for Brad Pitt to play the number 2 behind Leo because that's how I feel like it's coming off. But I could be
Right, well,
wrong.
with Tarantino, it's like if you can get in his movies because he just gives out Oscars. That's why Leo was, number 3 in Django Unchained because he thought he was going to win an Oscar. That story's pretty funny. Apparently, Tarantino said he handed the script to the studio and Leo called him like 10 minutes later and was like, "I'm playing Calvin Candy." He's like, "I've only given the script to one person." It's like, "How do you have the script?" He's like, "I'm Leonardo DiCaprio."
Those little birds. He's like the Varys of Hollywood.
You're gonna see Brad Pitt trying to sneak in shots
Right.
in the background.
No, but yeah, it definitely looks classic Tarantino. And everybody's going to die at the end. But it's based on a story where people die, so I give him that.
Well, his history
Maybe he
is very.
switches it and nobody dies.
Well, his history is revisionist, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure. I'm not the biggest history buff, but I don't think Hitler died in a movie theater. Or maybe, who knows? I wasn't there. Were you?
No, I wasn't.
All right.
Hot take: Hitler's not dead. You don't know that, do you?
Hotter take, which Hitler?
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
And the Stranger Things theme song starts playing.
They're in the mirror trying to, like...
It's a little, the man who killed Hitler and then the Bigfoot. Little.
There were 2 Hitlers in that movie? Why are we talking about that? Why aren't we talking about the 2 Hitler movies?
I just want to say one more thing too. I think it's going to be a sick scene with Sharon Tate getting killed.
Oh,
Tarantino's going to make
it's
that
a real
like,
person with a family and friends.
No, but I think
That's so
I know that
insensitive.
it's a
Yeah,
very
no.
you're looking
crucial thing.
forward to.
You sign one Wendy's bag and you think,
Yeah,
Say whatever he wants.
Next
God.
topic, please.
it's dark, man.
I think because it's Tarantino, man, it's going to be a very gory, fucked up scene.
yeah, no. seriously.
And that's what makes good movies, right?
I mean, Hitler had it coming. Sharon Tate, what did she ever do to you?
I didn't get the date.
Maybe Roman Polanski gets killed instead.
That would be awesome.
Apparently, he's going to play a big role in this movie. And people are such
Well, they were
babies,
married,
man.
right?
They
Yeah.
were married. Somebody tweeted out, it's like, oh, I'm out. Like, bad people exist. And it makes for interesting stories when you make movies about them. That's just life. Why are people such...
It's a great transition. Your boy Zack.
Zack Snyder.
Yeah, Zack Snyder.
Well, kind of Stranger Things, but I guess we can.
Oh, well, yeah, I kind of threw in the theme
Well, I
song.
love
Well,
talking shit about Zack Snyder, so...
Well,
Dude.
get ready. It's like verbal gif. Jon Snow getting the sword, charging horses. But I'm Jon Snow.
You're going to defend Zack Snyder?
It's my boy. It's my baby boy.
Zack Snyder is your baby boy.
That's older than me.
Yeah. You have to choose one, Batman or Zack Snyder.
Aren't they one and the same at this point?
Oh, boy. What type of world are we living in? We're living in a fucking dreamland. That's where we're living. I guess we'll just go to Stranger Things.
All right, pause it. I'm watching this trailer.
No,
It's
no,
2 fucking minutes. Wait a minute.
No.
It's a good. It's
No, I want to watch
all
it.
the friends are back.
Yeah, they're doing stuff.
yeah,
It's summer.
And there's a
11.
monster at the
11,
end.
you know,
Yeah.
Winona Ryder's like, where's Will? I don't
We
know.
found him in season
And
1.
then-
Yeah.
Winona.
The sheriff is smoking a cigarette.
Don't.
Can you?
Just watch it with the sound off.
Yeah,
Is there any music?
They're
They talk?
not saying
it's like
stuff.
80s. Just
Yeah.
have a generic 80s tune playing in your head.
Okay.
Ted Scott, this is how we do it. By
She stays bleeding.
She stays bleeding. What do we even say about this trailer? We kind of just summed it up, right?
Yeah, 80s.
It's-
yeah,
it's- it's
turn
summer-
it off, Ted.
Summer's back. Yeah, Ted, you don't have to watch it.
Can I just say this quick?
Nope.
After the first season,
Here we go. Say something stupid.
I just
You, who gives season 2 a 7 point.
because after the first season it blew up so much where they were all over the place, all of them, and especially Dustin, whoever this kid is, the Files commercials.
Yeah.
It kind of just
He's not
becomes too
convincing you?
much. No, to,
not buying
to get
Files?
better cereal, yes. He complains to one of the moms about cereal or whatnot, but no, I didn't have any passion to watch season 2.
LCB has a
Did
bit.
you watch season 2?
No, I had no passion.
It's good.
You
Season
gotta
2's
watch
good.
season 2.
LCB has a bit where like every movie, like the twist is Gaten Mazzarato comes in and tries to sell him new tech, like he does in the Verizon commercials. It's like at the end of the Predator when that thing comes in and they open it up. You guys didn't see the new Predator, did you?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the original.
I
was
know.
like, what?
But like it's supposed to be like, oh, who's in the capsule? And it's just fucking Dustin from Stranger Things. There's some really cool tech in here, guys. They do. You want to hear funnier bits on other podcasts? Like, I want that bit. I'm gonna start stealing bits.
You should.
Don't start stealing bits.
Oh.
That's a slippery slope, my friend.
It's
But
not
if I
about
say-
who does it first. It's about who does it right.
If I say I'm stealing the bit, then legally, right?
Yeah, legally you're admitting that you're stealing. Yeah, it's cool colors.
The monster at the end's pretty cool, but
That's what's his face's daughter at the end, right? Isn't that somebody's daughter that's working with Steve? She's like the daughter of 2 famous people,
Oh, yeah. It's not gonna be
like
like
David Bowie and
oh, too soon.
you can't even bring up dead people.
No,
What is going on?
you're still watching the trailer, huh? No
Yeah.
sound.
that's what's her face.
I can't wait to fucking hear this.
It's fun. We were having a nice back and forth when they're doing like the lightsaber bit, like when they're meeting at the food court.
Yeah.
Like, Dustin definitely hates the Last Jedi.
And Will loves it.
Yeah.
Will's like, it was a natural progression for the character.
Mike thinks the prequels are better.
Yeah, Mike's like, Phantom Menace was much better.
It's like I grew up with that. It's like, all right, Mike.
Are we ready?
I couldn't really hear anything.
Did you
so-
hear the story about Zack Snyder?
No. Can you just tell me the story?
How did Nash hear this?
We
And you
texted
did
in the group
Oh, yeah,
chat.
we did text
I read
him.
it before
okay.
though.
Well, I'm
Swear
not
to
in.
God, I read it before.
No,
I
you
just
weren't in
didn't
that.
have any
That's
passion
But
for it.
because
Good idea.
no. The thing is,
You can
because
get your passion
the
back,
conversation started around me and Nash seeing us, because he wanted to see it.
Mhm.
So you weren't included in that
They thought I
because
was going.
you weren't coming.
Ridiculous. That's
I-
why they texted me.
Well, he said you texted me yesterday asking if we were going. So I'm like, oh, how do you know that we're going unless you plan on going as well?
Because I spoke to Nash.
Well,
When did I speak to you?
you speak with Nash and Ame?
We spoke.
You speak.
Oh, yeah, you called me about the Wendy's thing.
Yeah. Yep.
So then that sparked the text.
Yeah, me and Nash text without you two.
Weird.
Yeah. How's that weird?
Me and Teddy hung out the other day at Buffalo Wild
No,
Wings.
me and Nash don't hang out.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
something, huh?
That was a good
We
time.
talked on PlayStation.
PlayStation, yeah.
Yeah, I
we talk
invited
on
him.
PlayStation.
Every time.
Anyone want to play PlayStation?
Never
please,
ceases
add
to
me.
amaze me. Food takes. We get our food. Like we order our food. 10 minutes later, it's like, oh, we think they're plucking the chickens back there.
Who, Teddy?
Yeah.
I actually want to try this. Sid_Amadeus on PlayStation. Add me.
Yeah.
I'm never on anymore, but I want to see how many friend requests.
Anthony JQ Nash. If you want to play 2K, please add
I
me
almost
on PlayStation.
fucking popped because
My
we.
Nintendo
Dude.
tag is 17589.
All right. Me and Teddy's story time.
Yeah, we were in the middle of something just
Yeah.
now.
We do this every time when
We
there's
talked
four.
about Zack
That's
Snyder.
why I hate
Yeah,
the
because
four
you
men.
keep interrupting.
I was talking about the.
No, me and Nash were talking about the gaming things.
I don't even.
That's the thing.
Were
you
you?
interrupt and then you complain that people interrupt.
He brought up
You would.
that
Your
they were in a
cadences
chat
are
together.
all. I'm doing it again. Your
You just interrupted.
your cadences are off. You'll talk, and I think you have a pause, and it's kind of like a someone else chime in pause.
Breathing.
And
Well, I like
I
to think.
take
before
that
I
cue,
speak.
and then you keep talking again, and you continue your point.
It's a
I
good
like
idea.
to think
Am I right, Ted?
before I. All right, Zack Snyder. What is wrong with this guy? I'm going to say it right now.
You tell me what happened?
He is. This is the thing with Zack Snyder. He is a bad filmmaker. He is an individual who somehow got lucky and convinced people that he's allowed to make feature films in Hollywood. And everybody's like, oh my God, why is he making movies? And I'm like, because he got lucky. He stinks. All of his movies stink except Dawn of the Dead, and it was a remake of a superior movie. Everybody's like, oh, you know what? I have a theory about Watchmen. People say it's a masterpiece because they feel bad that all of his movies suck so much. So they're like, oh, the movie that's based on the best source material, on one of the best comic books ever written, that one's a masterpiece. And people don't even say it confidently. It's like, it's a masterpiece. Why? I don't know.
Better than you.
Is he better than me? Yeah. Okay. He's a better director than me. He's
Yeah.
a better director than Bo Oliver. Have you seen the Last Jedi review where?
No, but
the little fight.
I was here when we were trying to film that monstrosity of an opening.
You think Zack Snyder? You know what that opening would have been? Zack Snyder.
Slow-mo?
Like, Stu, get on the roof, get a hose. It's raining. Turn the sun off. Zach, we can't turn the sun off.
Zach,
It's
no.
3:00 in the afternoon.
It's preference and taste. I feel like if Watchmen.
Yeah, if you have terrible taste.
Ugh.
He's such an incompetent filmmaker, and these.
How is he
comics-
incompetent? I
but
mean,
a couple years ago, too,
you don't
when
have to
he was
like
like Batman Begins. Well, in my Batman movie, Batman could have got raped. What? For what reason?
Just to be different.
Like he walks around crooked for the rest of the movie. Like I'm trying to close this hole. There's something inside of me that needs to be filled. What is wrong with him?
What a plot filler, huh?
But the thing is, he doesn't understand why people are upset with his choice with Batman. It's Batman. Every incarnation of Batman kills. But the thing is, he's grappling with this choice, this moral choice of should he kill. In Batman v Superman, he's just mowing motherfuckers down like he's fucking Schwarzenegger. There's no mention of the decisions that he's making. There's no moral contemplation. There's not a scene in that movie where he's thinking to himself, what am I doing?
because he's
Are these
he's
choices
old,
right
he's
or wrong?
grizzled. I don't like that choice either. I'm just playing devil's advocate. At that point, he's old and grizzled, and I like.
But they're like, oh, it's because of the Joker. It's the Robin died.
Oh,
They never set that up.
I love your style of argument, just talking, so no one else can get a point in.
Well, I'm heated about this.
To say he's incompetent in filmmaking, I think that's a little harsh. I mean,
Should I go harsher?
no, I think you already went harsh enough. Stylistically, you don't have to like a style, but I mean, I think 300, Watchmen, Batman vs Superman, to an extent, I don't think it's a great movie, but his movies aren't terrible, unless Justice League could be. Well, I kind of like Justice League. I don't know. There were two different movies, but it's all right not to like that style, but to disregard him as a filmmaker in general, just because you personally don't like that style, is, I think, a little reckless.
Whoa. What is this, the Mueller report?
Yeah.
Treat me like I'm Adam Schiff. No, it's not reckless. It's just I don't care for his style. So, and I
All
think
right,
he's
so you don't
terrible,
have to
but
say-
that's my opinion. I
But-
think he's a terrible filmmaker.
Just because he doesn't.
Obviously, he's
Top
doing
5
fine
worst?
because everybody keeps letting him make movies.
Yeah.
Top 5 worst director?
Is he one of the top 5 worst directors of all time?
Well, how about right
Or
now?
like working right now? Yeah,
Yeah.
he's probably, just because of the extent of the movies that he makes, these big blockbuster movies, yes, he's probably the worst director. He's literally Michael Bay territory. It's just because he has better source material that people forgive him. And 300, that's so dated now. Who watches 300? Do you guys watch 300?
I've never watched it.
It's a terrible movie. It's bad.
The action's good, isn't it?
Is it? It's like a million frames per second. Everybody's like, slow mo. It's ridiculous.
That's how it was back in the day.
For that 2004, 300 was the best movie of all time.
Well, no, I'm talking about back in like BC.
Oh yeah, Battle of Thermopylae.
Yeah, everyone was fucking jacked, but it's over stylized, and I kind of like it. It could be fun for what it is. I mean, obviously, when you get into
Could be.
properties like Batman vs Superman, that has a lot more lore and dedication as far as fandom. So when you make a change like that, it's more out in the open, and people are more vocal about it. I.e., Batman killing. But I think and to an extent too, Man of Steel when Superman kills Zod, I think that's more justified in given the circumstance, and I actually like that decision.
Does anybody on the internet have worse fans than Zack Snyder? They are ridiculous. My timeline this week about how Marvel stole his script for Justice League, about going back in time and defeating Dark.
How do you know it didn't happen?
That Justice League would have been a masterpiece. They need to adapt it into a novel or a graphic novel.
At least it's Snyder
They're
cut.
they're ridiculous.
No.
His fans, I've never seen anything like
He
it.
pulled the
for one
Vanilla
director.
Ice.
I think you're hating the fandom
he-
and you're taking it out on
What's pulling a Vanilla
director.
Ice?
He stole the song Ice Ice Baby.
Did he really?
Yeah. He didn't come up with that song.
Well,
he
this is a
stole it
whole
from
nother
somebody.
Under Pressure is pretty much the same beat, right?
It is.
No, but there was an original artist. But I don't know. But I mean, like what Aaron said,
I think
like
there's an old. Sorry.
Vanilla
sorry.
Ice.
no. Go on. I
Before I
want to.
forget. No, it was an old.
Certain vibes.
I forgot who it was. It was a comedian or a stand-up routine, but it was like it was something like when you play this music and you hear the beat for a dun 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 dun,
Yeah.
Ice Ice Baby, and it turns out to be Under Pressure.
And it sounds like
It's
it.
the same exact fucking song. That's the lead-in.
That's like what
I forgot
Soulja
the-
Boy says about Drake. He's like, yeah, man, that's me.
That's me. Drake does be stealing flows.
And he's supposedly a ghostwriter, but it's not about who does it first. It's about who does it right.
right.
And that's a Drake line,
Drake's
too.
your boy.
Yeah, Drake is my boy. Because
Yeah, I like
people say I look like him, so whatever. Anyway,
Zack Snyder.
no, he's a lunatic.
We're gonna let that fly by.
Like,
Like
I-
Teddy
and also,
saying he looks
was-
like Bradley
was-
Cooper.
What was wrong with
That's a
him
fact,
during this
though.
interview?
What, like,
That's the thing. I've always defended Zack Snyder in the sense that he seems like a genuine guy who does love the characters. He just has a fundamental misunderstanding of them. But in this interview, he's like fucking mythologically, like fucking speaking, like you're living in a fucking dreamland. What are you losing your virginity to my movies, and then you come to me with this bullshit? Like,
yeah, like
who speaks like that?
when you said like he's like
pretentious
trying to make it
fuck.
fun or whatnot, it's like, dude.
And to an extent, it is a dreamland, right?
He's like, no shit, Batman kills
No, I'm
people.
saying, like-
How do you think villains are stopped?
Like
they're
Batman.
killed. What do you punch him in the face and then they go away? Oh, I can't fuck with him again. No, they're obviously going to get killed. He doesn't have to make that obvious.
No, when he said living in a dreamland, I'm like, I mean, the DC universe is kind of
Wait, and
is a
wasn't-
dreamland.
Wasn't Batman the most praised part of that movie?
Yeah.
So what? Why is he defending the Batman? Get up there and defend your fucking terrible Superman decisions. That's why that movie sucked.
Yeah.
Because Superman had nothing to do. You made Superman just a cardboard cutout of Clark Kent.
He was doing it. He was making the eggs.
Those fake ass eggs.
Oh, like the Dunkin' Donuts eggs?
Yo, those eggs in Batman v Superman are the fakest fucking eggs I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
maybe it's just
Man of Steel,
Superman's
he
power.
kills him. I forgot about that. At the
Look
end.
at you. Yeah, you're bringing up shit too, which I don't have a problem with.
No, I
Snapped
don't
his
either.
neck.
But I remember that there was controversy over that too.
Yeah, there was.
I thought
We
it was
all just
fine.
agree there's going to be controversy about anything.
Yeah, but the thing is with Zack Snyder,
I think
it's
that's
different.
obvious, but, like-
it's different. The DCEU
Why couldn't he
fan
just like,
base.
peekaboo his eyes? I'm sure he could have stopped the beam.
He's
or
been
just-
having these problems though.
Why couldn't he have done that like 15 minutes before they started destroying Metropolis?
Because when the family's sitting right there,
yeah.
it's kind of
You can't super speed get the family out of the way, right?
Wonder Woman
just
did
move
with her
him.
bracelets in Justice League. She was like, ding, 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 ding,
Joss Whedon.
One more time.
ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, I ended up having the second water bottle, by the way. The refurbished water
Oh, the
bottle.
refurbished.
Yeah,
You
I'll
have
fill
to
it up and it's
regurgitate.
used. Yeah,
Okay.
like a bird, like spit out the water.
Ew.
I've been watching Planet Earth. I think I mentioned that on like the last 3
Dude, I
podcasts.
fall asleep to Planet Earth like every night.
It's amazing.
It looks so good.
It's amazing.
Is it the one with like the background talk or is
Yeah,
it just
Richard Attenborough.
he's the man?
Unbelievable voice. Top 5.
You know who's got the best voice of all time? James Spader.
I was gonna say, if you say yourself, I'm gonna fucking kick you.
I
in the
never
nut.
put myself in that.
Yeah.
I respect voices.
I do have to say,
Like, oh, come on, guys. I don't sound like Seth MacFarlane. That's crazy.
my sister
don't
said
hear it.
Bo And somebody else, too. I don't want to say her name publicly, but 2 people said, wow, that kid could talk. And the voice. Professional.
Who's the other person? You don't want to say?
Yeah, I'll tell you after. You don't know her, but
Okay.
she listened to it, and then she told me.
All the ladies, huh?
No.
Signing autographs, girls.
Yeah. He's living. You see the movie?
I'm the PR.
He's got a fucking dreamland going on right now.
What's that Motley Crue
I
movie?
suck.
Not hot, isn't it?
What's that Motley
Riot?
Crue?
Is that, no, Dirt.
Dirt. Yeah. He's living.
Yeah, yeah.
He's the Motley Crue.
I suck.
You're like the Tommy Lee of Nerd
I'm a
Soup.
human mistake.
No, you literally are the Peter
gonna
Best
be,
of this group. Peter Best was the drummer who was too good looking, and so John and Paul kicked him out.
You're all better looking than me, and I'm a human waste. I'm a human mistake.
They bounced him
See,
like
now
that?
you're gassing. Yeah, they bounce him.
I'm
I'm
gassing
thinking-
myself up. You
Apparently,
said.
yeah, yeah.
That's the way to go
You're
out, though.
gassing yourself up and you're gaslighting us.
I want Tom.
Oh, no.
I like him to be the Tommy Lee of the group. You know. Yeah.
You want to be a Tommy Lee or
No,
you like
Nash.
him?
No, Nash is the Tommy Lee. You see him on a yacht one day. A video gets out.
He's getting all the
real,
heat.
It'll be really good. Real good for
I'm
the
the
Did I
channel
just not
popularity.
get any diseases?
I'm sure he's all right.
Can we skip the disease part? I'm by far the Sid Barrett of the group.
Damn.
Gradually losing my mind, and
Oh, I'm going crazier faster than you. I was up to like 5 a.m. trying to think of a Bubble Boy tweet the other day.
I haven't slept in 3 days.
I've
You want to keep?
I gotta keep going, right? I looked in the mirror the other day and just saw the fucking monkey character in the reflection.
I looked in the mirror, didn't even see a reflection. So I'm Sid Barrett.
Yeah. You win. You're the fucking
Yeah, all right, you're the
clinically
crazy,
insane
crazy-
one. Congratulations. Here's your prize.
Oh, come on. I want to be a lunatic.
Double dose of the antidepressant. One of your best jokes. What's our next story here? So we all agree that Zack Snyder is terrible.
No, I think it's clear from
You want to talk Mueller report?
what's that?
Robert Mueller coming down with his.
I have no idea what's going on in news. I'm bad. It's like I'm so misinformed. It's ridiculous. Just news happens all the time. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know about this.
It's 24/7.
24/7 news cycle. It fucks
yeah,
you because something always comes up where
See
like
Anchorman 2?
things just keep changing. I can't keep up, so I'm just like, all right. I think movie news is like too much to keep up with. Real news,
It's actually really stuff happening.
Well,
Yeah.
fake news.
It's real stuff going on out there, guys. Look out the window, you might see something. It's
I'm just going to live day by day.
Oh, and get ready for
Whatever happens,
sports, too.
sport.
The best time of sports. Baseball starts
it's when they all
Thursday.
convert. Well,
Yeah.
no, that's in the fall.
Football's the draft.
right? Yeah.
Hockey playoffs, basketball
the football
playoffs.
draft. Yeah. Basketball playoffs.
gonna be
I
good.
hate basketball playoffs. What is it, like 3 months long?
Yeah, no. This is the regular season, basically.
Yeah.
The playoffs and
I
basketball.
think after the first round, though, it's pretty entertaining. And the mid-tier matchups are fun. in the
Son,
first
teams
round.
get like a week of rest.
You just sun me?
During. Yeah, I did.
So,
I don't like it. I think
All
it's
right,
horrible.
predictions right now. Who's winning the finals? I got the Bucks.
Warriors.
Utah Jazz.
Orlando
No, I
Magic.
get-
Once
I can
the
see
Warriors
I can
turn
see
it
the
on,
Bucks getting
it's
it.
over.
They're soft.
The
mentally.
Bucks are breaking down, man. Brogdon's hurt. Mirotic is hurt.
Gasol's
and-
hurt too, right?
Yeah, Gasol's going to be out for a month. They're
Damn.
Yo, it looks like the 76ers might coast in, man.
They got smacked by Orlando.
Oh, yeah.
last night.
They didn't score 12 straight minutes.
Yeah. I was watching that. Embiid is a monster, though.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next story here. Do we have another news story?
I don't know. Maybe.
That's
There's
it.
a ton of the news. I can't keep up. So many. Probably.
Should we go to us? I totally forgot to ask for fan questions.
We'll make them up as we go along.
Okay, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, a funny.
Just make up fan questions.
So my quick story. My mom calls me today. She's like, I really want to see a movie. So when it comes out, wait to see it with me. So because I want to go with you. Because
You're the expert.
no, because you're not gonna go by yourself.
Can a mom and son bond?
Yeah.
I'm
that allowed?
trying to
So,
lift him up.
anyway,
Sheesh.
so I'm like, I'm trying to think. Like in my head, I'm like, what movie is it? Like, she's like, this is a funny. I saw a funny trailer. So I'm thinking like Shazam. Like maybe she likes like the kid and that aspect of it. She's like, Dora the Explorer. I'm like, are you?
What?
Yeah, I'm like, that's the movie you want to see, Dora the Explorer. She's like,
What,
yeah,
you
it's
nuts?
the trailer's really funny. It's kind of like Indiana Jones.
Mom, you know what Dora the
I'm
Explorer
like,
is?
I didn't want to like insult her in like intelligence. Like, you know, it's a cartoon, right? When I was a kid, but she thinks it's gonna be good, so I'm gonna see Dora the Explorer.
I used to think like a couple of years ago that would be a great live action kids movie.
Yeah.
Just an Indiana Jones, but
The
with
trailer
Dora
was
the
so
Explorer.
bad, though.
No,
I
but it
didn't
looks
have the-
really
I
bad.
didn't have the heart to
Yeah.
tell her. She's like, oh, the trailer looks really funny. I'm like, yeah, it does.
I thought that would be a really fun concept, just Indiana Jones for kids.
Yeah, she's like,
Yeah,
don't
but
go,
look at the
don't go
boots.
without me. I'm like, I'll try not to.
Are we gonna write this?
Dora the Explorer, but Indiana Jones?
Not Dora, but you know,
Indiana Jones for kids.
yeah.
Yeah, but you need the talking monkey sidekick.
Aaron's first movie.
Wait a minute. Cut the feed. All right, let's just go to Us, right?
Yeah.
The greatest movie of all time.
Did I
Us.
copy Boots?
What a masterpiece this movie was. Did you copy Boots?
Spoilers?
Give our overall feelings, then we'll go into spoilers.
I like that.
Warning, spoiler alert.
Not yet.
Oh, sorry.
Can we have like something pop up on the screen?
I always wanted
the
to do that. I'm
SpongeBob
sorry.
Yeah.
What's that SpongeBob gift?
It's like the
this.
It's the robot, like a
I don't know that one.
still image of
Really?
a robot face, and just
Yeah.
weaves in and out.
Nah.
Spoiler.
He's in the Krusty Krab.
Yeah.
Duke gets all the fouls.
Yeah.
It's that thing.
Yeah. It's SpongeBob.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay.
One of the famous
The
SpongeBob memes.
capital letters, lowercase.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yep.
Best SpongeBob meme. I think it's got to be Caveman SpongeBob.
Yeah. Give me that or the Krusty Krab.
I'll pull him up right now.
I like the one when
Krab.
he's
Mr. Krabs.
when he's naked and he's like tired.
That's a good one.
I'm like, yeah, I get that.
I like the Mr. Krabs when it's all spinning around.
That's a good one.
That
too,
one's
yeah.
a great one.
I think I'll save
Some
it
of-
for later.
Well, it's not really like, because I feel like a lot of
This
them.
one.
Yeah. A lot of them you just post the picture and you just get the meme right away. But like with Squidward looking out and then playing, and you could crop different things
that's a
onto
good
him.
one.
That's
That meme or Ralph?
Oh, that's a good one.
Which one's better?
Give me Rolf.
Edward.
You know when
You
when
bet
Trump-
your sweet bippy I did. Eli, did you just throw a 10-yard pass to Saquon Barkley again? And like the brick hits him in the face.
You know when Trump bought all that fast food for the college players?
Yeah.
And had Ralph dressed up in a Wendy's outfit. He's like, "You want how many faux for faux?" Yeah, so Us. I guess we'll start with overall thoughts. I don't know. I thought maybe it was possibly the greatest movie of all time. Flawless, beginning to end, not a scene wasted. Perfect dialogue, perfect performances. I'm just kidding.
It had the chance to be like that. It definitely did. But
Elaborate.
I think there was a lot of scenes wasted. But my overall feelings on the movie was I liked it. And if I don't know if you saw me on Insta, I gave it a 7.0. And I gave it that because
Teddy made it.
quick
Yeah.
plug. Yeah,
Quick
what?
plug.
Should have wanted in there.
I don't know if you saw it. But
because I liked the concept of the movie. It was like an enigma. There was so many different themes that he wanted to get across. But the acting was great, and I loved the score. What are you guys laughing at?
Because I heard you use Enigma.
Yeah, that was
And I'm like, where'd you pull that out of?
Yeah.
I forgot your notes, Teddy.
like what
I
word?
wrote some.
What
I got
word
my
did you
notes
type
down
into
here.
Google with synonym at the end of it?
Oh, I knew that one.
Oh, I've done that all. No,
I do it all the
I knew
time.
that
I
one.
do
Yeah,
it
me
all the
too.
time.
I think it's time we judge this movie for what it was. It's a. Oh no, let me talk, man. The fuck?
No, but that just the way you went into that.
What?
Just your face lit up when you said that.
Continue.
I don't want to now. But it's so funny.
I want to know why. I think it might be time to judge this movie.
I picture like he's like in front of Congress right now, just trying to.
What?
I think it's time that we come together.
It's like
That's
Dwight
not what
giving.
this movie can do for you.
It's a horror movie that wasn't scary, and people love it. But
I agree. But just notes, Teddy, man.
it's a horror movie that wasn't scary, and I think a 7.0 for a horror movie that's not scary is a good score, personally.
But did it have to be scary?
No, I mean it was. At best, it was a thriller. That there was some suspenseful moments, but I think he's pushing the envelope. He pushed it with Get Out, and it worked because we all saw it. It was a great movie, but
I saw Get Out. Yeah.
yeah, it kept you on,
Get
on
it.
the edge of your seat.
Remember that one.
Dick. But I laughed more than
All
I
right,
was
Nash,
scared.
what did you think?
I'm done talking.
You're going forever.
No, I'm not. I have one more paragraph.
Cut you off. All right, let's.
I don't wanna say
one
it.
more paragraph.
It's a quick one.
All right, let's hear it.
No, I don't want it anymore.
Okay. Let's
No,
hear
Nash, go ahead.
I just hurt your feelings.
It-
Yeah, you
I'm
did.
sorry.
Hard.
I usually don't hurt your feelings.
No, it's more of him.
Rob, you hurt my feelings are hurt for Teddy.
I'll get it
What-
across
what-
later.
Okay, I'll bring it back up. We'll circle around to that.
It wasn't what
Nash?
you. I feel bad for laughing like that, Teddy. It wasn't what you said. It's just how you said it.
It's,
and
yeah, it
just
was
the
your
notes
face
said.
that just lit
No,
up.
no, it's because it sounded so unnatural.
It was.
It's like you're reading from a thing, like testifying, like it's time we see this situation for what it is.
It's like when Dwight's giving his speech in the office.
Yeah, Park.
Just-
No.
Keeps banging.
Well, the movie's been out for like 4 days, and you're already making declarations about it. It's time
Yeah.
to judge. All right, Nash, go ahead.
Um,
Aaron, what'd you think? No, Nash, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, you can go.
Oh my
you.
God, I'm just ruining all my friendships.
No, mine's short and simple. When it has high expectations like that, you just think, especially after Get Out. And Get Out was fantastic. And when I went into this, like, I see 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I'm going into it. That's what I got to stop looking at reviews and maybe just watching a commercial here or there. I don't know, but I wasn't a big fan of it. Like, I just thought it was all over the place. Like, I didn't know what it really was, like, the message was. I thought at first, like, the person, I didn't know what it was trying to be. No,
I was waiting for it.
So you didn't
I
get
thought,
it.
like, at one point they were trying to, how that expression where they say, I'll kill to be like that? So, for example, with Kitty, she always said, I wanted to be an actress. I was just born at the wrong time. And then when she was crazy, she was putting on her makeup and she started smiling. And I thought, like, that person was trying to be what they wanted to be, but they just were afraid to do it. Like, also with what's-her-face, drawing a blank on her name, but she stopped dancing. And then that one started dancing as well. I thought that, I don't know. And I just, when I found out it was just like another, like, world down there, it's just like, ugh. I don't know. I like to Get Out so much better. I wasn't crazy about this movie. Well, acting was good. I agree with Teddy. The score was good, and the music, I got 5 on it. That's like
I got 5.
That's a song that's gonna be stuck with that movie forever. So,
What was your score?
I'd probably give it like a 7.
2 different movies,
Aaron,
though.
you loved it, right?
Because like Get Out's at 9 for me.
They're 2 different movies. I think you could compare it when you're talking about Jordan Peele as a writer/director. I think that's a fair comparison, seeing those are the only 2 movies he did. And I thought Get Out was a much more well-written. But this, I think it's very evident that he took a couple steps as a director. Because I think that was probably from like the first 10 minutes. It was very apparent. And I think it's, I think that's just a natural progression because this is a much wider movie. It's not as tight as Get Out. So, and there are things I liked about it and things I didn't like about it. And I saw it for a second time with you. And I thought maybe, the first time, everyone's talking about, like, I got great reviews. The first time I saw it was like 11 a.m. I was kind of still tired. I'm like, all right, maybe I just need to see it again to really invest. And I kind of came out the same way. The things I didn't like, I still didn't like. And the things I liked, I still liked. And I guess I'll start with the negative. I feel like the pacing was off. I feel like they hit a couple lulls, and it just didn't mesh together scene from scene, where I feel like with really good horror, you build on intention. I felt like this was building to something, cut off, and it had to start up and pick up again. So I was never really invested in building up to the point where I'm at the edge of my seat waiting for something to happen, where I kind of always got the feeling that they were going to get out of it okay. And I guess it was centered more around the themes rather than the narrative of the family. But I think, like, scenes when, if we're talking about spoilers, when it's a beautiful shot, when 2 beautiful shots back to back, when she's going down the escalator into the tethered region, another, whatever they call it.
Yeah, you need to build another door.
Beautiful shot that the score is really hitting. It's like she's creeping in, looking in the room, in a mysterious place. You don't know where she is. And then it cuts to like a little comedic relief of Winston Duke and the daughter kind of like looking at the people by the ambulance. And then it goes right back into that tense environment where I felt like and there's a couple times this happens throughout the film, where if he would have just kept that going more, it could have built and built and built to almost an uneasiness. And it was followed with that chalkboard shot, which I think is probably one of the best shots I've seen in a while. That was fucking awesome. And I don't know, did you get that feeling with the comedy? I feel like...
No, my biggest problem is with the pacing. And you
Yeah.
just hit the nail on the head. But that's really the only problem I had. Because you said that there were wasted scenes and there was filler. I don't think there was any filler. I think every scene was necessary. It was just the way that he chose
The transition
shot.
transitions to him.
I meant
Maybe it's
more
a
like
more of an
it
editing
was just
problem.
a wasted scene in general. Like,
No, I don't think any scene was wasted. I
No?
think some scenes, they could have been tighter. And the tension was cut from a lot of the different transitions and the edits. And I think the scariest scene of the movie was when the family was first introduced. That whole sequence when they're standing outside and then they break into the house. Because Lupita Nyong'o's performance as the mother and also as the evil doppelganger was brilliant. Both performances. And that voice, she was studying like different speech patterns for some specific disorder that people have. I think her performance was just incredible. And the whole family, that's terrifying. You know, obviously it's kind of straightforward. We are our own worst enemies. But being in that situation, it never felt like so unrealistic. A lot of people were complaining about that too, that the tethered, the whole concept, the fantasy elements of the movie, they just didn't work for them because it wasn't believable. For me, it was.
Well, when you think about the logistics of it, right, like this narrow hallway, obviously the boardwalk's much wider. Like, where they all fit? Did they follow them home after they leave from vacation? And does the next group of vacationers, they make tethers of them? And, like, how are they all fitting into this area? Like, that's the only time.
You mean the tethered world?
Yeah.
Well, didn't they say in the beginning of the movie that there was
all
underground
tunnels.
tunnels
Yeah.
all over the
Seems like
country?
it was
So
all
when they're
over, yeah.
driving across,
So
are they
it's everywhere.
fucking sprinting like 40 miles per hour? Is this like the first time that someone's wandered into this mirror maze and they've switched places? Like, if you, and I'm fine with that. I can suspend my belief, and I can go with it and take it as face value. So I'm not really.
Well,
And
people had the same thing with Ex Machina. They're like,
Yeah.
there's no way that some guy in the middle of the rainforest is building these robots by himself. It's just not feasible.
Yeah.
If you're a scientist and you see that, you need hundreds of engineers. They were just talking about this, some scientist on the Joe Rogan podcast. But my argument is, like, Ex Machina is not trying to give you a realistic portrayal of
No.
how you build artificial intelligence. It's about what it means to be human. And this was about what it means to be a middle-class family and the issues of free will and capitalism and how we are chained by ourselves because of society, that society is the villain here.
And I kind of liked how open some of the themes were more, we are Americans, more out in the open than others.
Us, United States.
Yes. I didn't pick up on that. But I like how there's multiple, like you said, like classism and stuff like that. You could take multiple things from just being disadvantaged and from privilege to disadvantage, and that could spread across so many different things that we have in everyday life. And I thought of it more as not knowing, like, because I think people will be like, oh, you know there's a problem. It's more of the out of sight, out of mind, where if you think about it in the movie sense, they don't know that this place exists.
Yeah.
But so it's like, oh, it's not how are we to blame for what happened to them? We didn't know anything. I kind of took that away, out of sight, out of mind. Even though you don't know there's a problem or you can recognize it, there still may be a problem. And again, that can reach so many different areas. And I kind of like that. And even though I didn't love it as much people, it had me thinking. Like, I was still thinking about trying to piece it together. But I think you can still have all these different themes and layers and still not hit at a narrative level.
Yeah.
And I don't think it makes it any better or worse. But obviously, when you're constantly thinking about a movie and theorizing, it does nothing but help. But just to
But you seeing it a second time, it does make me wonder if I'm going to enjoy it more or less a second time. I think I'll enjoy it more, but I don't know if the execution didn't get better for you.
No.
You seem to enjoy the themes.
I think everything from a technical aspect, I think some
But
of
that's
the
just
writings.
a big problem for you then.
It's a big problem, but I can still take, like, I feel like some people, when they criticize, like you and Zack Snyder, you take certain things of it and you just hammer it home until you convince yourself that you hate it. Like, I think with movies that like this, I'm not going to take those aspects I didn't like and say, this is terrible, how do you like this? I can recognize that it might work for some people, and I can still take the good from it. I thought it was shot beautifully. I thought everything technical, like the directing, you could tell he took a step, and that aspect of it. The performances are all great. I hate saying that. The kid.
Why?
The little kid.
He's a kid.
I know, but he's just not that good.
Well, I
But
think
everybody-
The son?
Yeah.
I thought the son was. I think he was supposed to be weird.
Yeah, that could be it too.
Yeah, I think he was being directed as
I
a child of the tethered.
you could tell sometimes if you really watch.
Can we
he's
go
like-
to spoilers?
I thought we were going to spoilers.
Are we into spoilers?
Yeah,
Kind
pretty
of.
much. And
Warning, spoiler alert.
what was I going to say?
Got it off.
Cool.
Another thing too, I just want to get a couple more that I liked, like what I was talking about, how it cuts the tension. I thought the scene at Tim Heidecker's house, I can't really remember their names. What were their names?
Elena Dave?
Elizabeth Moss too. She didn't have that much screen time.
Her name was Kitty.
Fantastic for Elizabeth Moss.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it was Peter Luongo on top and Elizabeth Moss right after.
it's vodka o'clock.
Yeah.
She got that line off.
No, but just like her mannerisms when she was
she
was
great.
fucking
When she was
freaking
evil,
me
when
out.
She went
yeah.
evil. Well,
But
she's
he-
got a weird face.
Even when that's not nice.
Yeah, she just
I think
she
she's
has a weird,
hot.
that's why she's famous.
I think she's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a weird face hot woman.
Cillian Murphy.
Exactly.
Chillax and Murphy.
When she's crawling towards Tim Heidecker and they have the eyes, I thought that was such a great scene. And then it cuts to the NWA joke. I'm like, come on, build off that.
Yeah, but that's just,
And it kinda
going to be Jordan Peele.
But it kind of reset. And if that's his, I guess now that we know, like 2 movies in, that's his style. But going back to Get Out and his writing style, I felt like that was more natural, where this was kind of mismatch. When
Well, I like that too. I like the scene when the family is comparing all the kills that they have.
that's fun. Yeah, that was
'Cause
funny.
I feel like that's how a family would react in these situations. I always like that in horror when people are making light of the situation, because people do that in real life. When tragedy hits, you joke about it.
But I
That's
wanted-
your first instinct.
I wanted more with like, I wanted the toll, like instead of like more of a toll on the family. You know, it's
I
kind
think-
of
I
like these
think it
kids
did
are
take a
walking
toll.
around. She just brutally murdered one of the tethereds, the little girl, and that was an awesome scene when she does that little shake. That was funny. But she brutally murders, and the little kid looks and sees. It's like, step back. You really don't know what's going on. You just killed somebody, even though that's an evil person, but you're still young and impressionable, and doing something like that can really mess you up. And I think, like another horror movie, Hereditary, just seeing like a deterioration and how something like that could that could divide a family.
Yeah, but there was no time to think in this movie. Hereditary, they take out like 10 minutes where the
They
family's
have
just
time
mourning.
when they stop and watch the news. I mean, they.
Well, that's the thing. You stop to watch the news, and then you realize that this is happening
Yeah.
all over the world.
No, I
You just
then
got
it's
to
still
keep
going
moving
on.
with the situation. Yeah,
You
I
still
like
weren't
that
out of
twist too, because I thought it was only going to be one family, and I was wondering what type of role Elizabeth Moss was going to play in this movie. She's just a simple supporting character who gets killed. But when that second family, that moment shook me when the twins were killed, because I was like,
Yeah, that was
there's
brutal.
no
Yeah.
way that this is another family. What the hell is going on here?
kind of wish Tim Heidecker's doppelganger was Eric. Just don't even explain it. That would be like a funny little thing if you watched him and Eric. But
Well, Winston Duke pulled off his comedic relief great.
He was like-
in suspenseful settings.
hilarious.
That's really hard to do in a horror movie when it's like when you're cutting the tension, when it's really fucking tight, and you're like, oh, really?
Well, one of the
But
best,
he did a great job at it.
one of the best jokes is when she's explaining their intentions and why they're doing this. When they're sitting on the couch, and Winston Duke says, "Do you want the boat?
Yeah.
I'll give you the boat."
yeah,
He was great.
He was like,
He's like the perfect dad.
Yeah,
You know,
he was-
like the
that's what I was
big,
gonna say,
goofy-
when he-
goofy dad.
when he dabs right in the middle, and he's like, my favorite part when he's
Don't say the knock knock joke.
that was a good joke. But when she's saying she doesn't want to go to the beach,
Yeah.
which is another thing. Like, we'll get to that later. But and he's like, oh, Jason's gonna be real disappointed.
Trying to make it feel bad.
Yeah, I thought that's a move I would do.
Or when
No,
he's
the
getting
quick
ready
thing
for
too.
sex.
Yeah,
Uh,
when he's, that's
oh my
that's
God.
that's so true.
He's like, oh, we should go. It's like, where do you want to go?
Where you wanna go?
When she's laying on the couch and you see the spider, did you think of Enemy?
No.
I thought of that when the second time viewing, because Enemy, that's the theme. They have the doppelganger, right?
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal's character, and the spider is a main aspect of that film. I wonder if he saw that and as a nice little Villeneuve Easter
Maybe.
egg.
Maybe I wonder. I was looking up the movies that he told Lupita Nyong'o to watch. Maybe Enemy was one of them, but her performance,
Oh,
The only thing is,
the mom.
oh, amazing.
Yeah.
But like I was saying to Aaron too, like, was it really good acting from all of them? They were all just acting really creepy. Like, is that
The bad guys.
Yeah.
I didn't like that too. The noises they made.
I wasn't into
I
that.
thought that was funny.
her
But it's
range.
not. It wasn't like I don't want to. I don't want to laugh. But it's kind of. I guess
Yeah,
I
but
kind
all
of like
good
the
horror.
mirroring though too. Like Tim Heidecker's character is obviously like a kind of like a douche type
Dick.
fucking yeah. But like the handout and like the fake out, that's something I could see that character, even though we just met him, doing. Like, so they had that subtle thing. Even Winston Duke's doppelganger was a little goofy. And Elizabeth Moss' doppelganger, like you said, like she's fascinated with herself, doing a thing. I like how she had the scar on her face too, alluding to the work she got done when she was telling her on the beach.
Yeah.
Little things like that I appreciate, and I really, really liked about it. But
Yeah, but Lupita's doppelganger was the human though, so she would be more advanced than the other doppelgangers though.
I know, I didn't say anything against that.
Oh, I thought you were just now.
No,
I thought you were saying that like, why was she more?
no,
More
I didn't. I
advanced
didn't
than
You
get
know
to
what I
that.
hated when I first saw it? The twist at the end of the movie that the evil one escaped. Because
I
I
don't
said
hate-
it in the moment that if the evil one escapes, I'm going to be really upset because that's so stupid. But then that's why I want to see it again, because in rewatch I want to watch Lupita Nyong'o's character that you believe is supposed to be a normal person. Did you pick up on that she was once part of the tethered?
Yes, but
You picked up on it more?
I
'Cause
kind of
obviously it's got to be. That's how he wrote the character.
don't hate it as far as that's actually what happening. I hate that he showed us.
Because it would have been fun for
There's
Reddit
enough there
detectives.
where people could have figured it
Yeah,
out.
you pick up on it.
There's a few instances, not only because when it first happens, maybe you think so that like that first scene, you could think, oh, if you're like searching for a twist, and then throughout the movie, like, oh, she's a normal, normal human being. She's not anything weird. But then you see the doppelganger, and she's more advanced. Like, why her? Why is it this way? Why can she speak and they can't? Why does she seem to have a grasp on certain things? Like, even saying we are Americans and making like that joke kind of like this is our house and laughing. Like, you could tell she's more advanced than the other ones. So why is it that way? What makes her special? So
I wonder how many more got out.
You could kind of put that together, and then when she first kills one of the twins' doppelgangers, you could see she has that. She goes a little bit of overkill, and the son walks in and sees her.
Yeah.
You can pick up on that, and obviously at the end when she kills her doppelganger, and she's doing the laugh, and she's doing that as well. And sometimes she seems a little disengaged, but you can just attribute that to such a traumatic event happened here. So that's why she's acting a little weird. So, but those couple instances where you can kind of try to piece together like what makes the other doppelganger special, what happened in that meeting. She was gone for 52 minutes. Then she tells Winston Duke that when she's telling the story of what happened that night, she walked into the mirror, saw someone and looked at her and ran away. That's not 52 minutes. That's 5 minutes.
Right.
So I guess obviously going back and watching it the second time, I wasn't thinking this the first time. Certain things like the when she killed the doppelganger, but that's something where if you would have left that
I think it's
ambiguous,
it's too,
that
though.
those are points people would have rewatch, like, oh, look at this.
But it
look
is
at this.
so obvious that even keeping it unambiguous, people were just going to know anyway. So he's
Yeah.
probably just saying, yeah, it's the evil one that got out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Don't
wonder.
leave that up to imagination.
I was just gonna say, I wonder if his real point, like if he wasn't really trying to make these points, and it was literally just straightforward as that, like one of the doppelgangers got out, and this is a story of the human trying to get back into life. People just thinking too much about this movie. Because I can see him doing it where it's that straightforward.
That's kind of why I like that it's not unambiguous, because we look at our lives sometimes and we kind of get upset by how mundane they are, and then we have this one person who lost all of that, and then she's being used as a puppet her entire life, and she just wants to get back to what is perceived to be normal living.
There's certain
And that leaving that unambiguous and seeing that journey of what she's willing to do, I think that's why it is interesting. And then you have the opposite, where this woman saw an opportunity to escape as a child and started her own family. Is it because she's tethered that's why her son can control the other kid?
It doesn't work with everyone else too. I think it's more of a
What did he just
And I like
realize
to-
at that moment?
I saw something too, like people were talking about the magic trick, how it doesn't work for him.
Yeah.
And then it's tethered to what, that's why his face is burned up, because he's doing it with the matches. But it is weird because it seems like they're mimicking from every tether to every human, but when they come to the surface world, I guess we can call it, that same dynamic doesn't happen except for the children. It could just be, I think,
You get older, you grow out of it, maybe?
no, he's a younger. It's two kids, right? And he's probably just met. Remember, they're humanistic, maybe like a base human, but they're still a human. So kind of like copying what he does. Like, oh, here's another little kid that looks like me. I'll do what he does. And maybe it's just a certain thing in his, I guess, makeup where he notices, smart on the kid, he notices in the room that he's doing everything he's doing. So I guess he took advantage of that. And it might have been set up by the mom too, because she's setting a trap when he burns himself, and then the trap only works if the kid backs up, the real kid backs up, and she's hiding, she's blending in with the car, and she comes out and takes him. So that could have just all been a setup too. But another aspect is like just the way it works, and just trying to wrap my head around the tethered, and I hate to like focus on that too much, but I think it helps, build the story and just what's going on. It's that she's a human child, she switches places, and now she's stuck mimicking the one on top. Is it just, I guess, like a magnet effect? Like wherever, like once you're down there, you're attached to, because she is human. She's not, and I guess that's another theme too. Like we're all human, right? Like the tethered's able to come up and fit in because she's given an opportunity, and she's the same as everyone. Unlike the other one who's not brought up.
But she was different, though. No one else was coming out besides her.
I know, but when she's up there, she's able to learn how to speak. She's able to become more how we perceive humanity, given the opportunity. And that could be another theme that he's trying to go for. And when she's neglected, the real human, she turns into more of what the environment that she's in.
You also got to think about she is a human, a little kid, a little girl.
Yeah.
Getting
oh no,
taken away.
You're still learning. You're still
Yeah.
like in your stages of your life where you're trying to learn.
See, in the beginning of it too, like I was saying, like you would kill to be like someone else you would want to be. In the beginning, I wasn't expecting somebody like another family, like Bo said. I thought it was basically, it's going to be Gabe and himself, his doppelganger. He has to kill him in order to be something else that he wants to be. I thought that's what it was going to be like. You have to kill the person. Your doppelganger has to kill you in order to be who they want to be. That's the direction I thought it was going in.
Well, it is kind of that too, because they kill that family and then they seem to be fine at the end. They're just driving off and saying, "What happens with the other tethereds."
Yeah.
But we're here now.
You go back to just the tethered as like a whole, and I guess it could just be metaphorically speaking when she says when they made the copies, a piece of they knew how to make the copies, but they couldn't replicate the soul or something along those lines.
Yeah.
But she is the human, so wouldn't technically, if it's not a metaphor, the tethered that made it her way up and took her place, she would kind of be a soulless, like, is everything she's doing just a huge act?
Yeah.
Is she does she like not care about her family? Is she just a soulless actor pretty much trying to fit in with society, or was she able to?
There is a lot to be
that's
discovered
what
about the
and
tether.
that's why I
controlling them.
It's hard for me to rate, because what I don't like about it narratively and some of the choices, there's just so much there where you can dissect and think about, and I think that helps the movie a lot. And whether that's just themes or just trying to world build and piece together, because I don't think necessarily I think every movie has themes and underlying messages. Just because they have it doesn't make the film good, but
Kangaroo Jack,
probably
animal
about
cruelty.
society,
Yeah.
animal cruelty.
I'm waiting for him to make
Or
a straight
coolity.
drama.
He was cool. Cool kangaroo.
All right, let's get our final scores here.
It's late. I'm like delusional at this point.
I'm hungry. It's late.
Yeah.
I'm ready for a nap.
I didn't get any popcorn at the movie theater.
Oh,
So
that's a bad.
I brought beef
bad
jerky
call.
in.
Oh yeah,
That's a
another
weird
thing.
call.
What a weird move. Kid brings a chicken jerky, not even beef jerky.
Yeah, chicken jerky.
Opens it up, it fucking stinks.
Yeah. Every time I
does
have
that?
popcorn, it messes my stomach the next day. And I mean, I have to work tomorrow, and I'm not on the road.
Chicken jerky.
Yeah, chicken jerky.
Yeah, so I brought some chicken jerky and grape
like-
soda.
There should be a.
Light in calories,
They should have like
good
a
snack.
a
Be
fruit,
farting.
a fruit bowl or something available at the theater. I was thinking, if you're trying to eat,
Sweden.
if you're trying to eat better and you go to the movies, you have just popcorn. You can't bring in your own snacks. There's no healthy options.
I would prefer that as a vegan.
like some grapes.
Are you still rolling with that?
I actually broke it accidentally
No.
a couple days ago. Yeah, I
fraud.
accidentally ate pasta with cheese in it.
At the party?
Yeah, at the
Oh,
party.
hey, you got to at the party.
Wow.
All right, you're okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
I was gonna
okay.
say,
All
Lose
right.
a bunch of subscribers.
I didn't want to say anything, but you look
I'll
like
mad
shit
at you
now.
about it.
You look terrible.
You look fucking
You-
awful.
you
I didn't want to.
bloated.
Yeah, now it all makes sense.
Cut out that cheese. I'd probably give it an 8.6 out of 10.
Mm.
I gave it a 7.0.
Right, you gave it a 7 as well.
I think the more I'm talking about it, I'll give it like a 7.3, 7.4, somewhere around there. Like the more that we're talking about it, it's like all right,
7.3.
all right. Now things are starting to really click
be
a little bit.
10 by tomorrow.
No, I thought Get Out was better.
Well,
I watched Get Out
What
again
would you
too.
give
and
Get Out? You said a 9 out of
like a
10.
9.
I think I'd
That was
give
one of
Get
my
Out
favorite
like
movies.
A
Different movies, though.
9.4 out. No, but I'm just saying,
Same-
what would you give the score?
I know, but a lot of people are comparing. I guess I
What would
look
you
at
give,
Jordan Peele's
Like Mike?
progression.
Like Mike?
That's a
I'd
great
say
cut.
Like Mike's like a solid 6.8 out of 10.
Who was that? Jonathan
Jonathan
Lipnicki?
Lipnicki, yeah.
Yeah,
Young
he was.
Lipnicki.
How did he not win an Oscar for that?
Well, have you seen it?
Yeah. Star-studded cast. They had Dirk. They had Vince Carter. They had
I gave it a
Can you
7.
autograph this for my niece?
Would you give it a 7.3?
yeah,
Well,
Dirk.
I gave it a 7.3 when I first saw it on Instagram at Nerd Soup Monkey. That's how you plug it, Teddy.
That's late,
Smooth.
though.
Well, people are sticking around. They want to hear my score. They're on the edge of their seats. Talking about it more, and there's still a lot of things. Even in the theater too, I was like thinking again, like, yeah, that's why I had the score, and it reinforced that. But I guess out and talking about it too, just seeing the different things, I'll probably raise it a couple points. Not decimal points. Like 7.6, 7.7. Still not great for me. Still good, but I think Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? How just sitting around talking about something makes it kind of
Yeah, it makes it
it's like,
sound
oh yeah, no,
better.
I like that actually. Or yeah, I get that other aspect of it. The thing I didn't like, the way you explained it, I can see how that could work. Or attribute it. Oh no, that's just a style. So it's weird how things work out. Talk about stuff more, people. Get
I don't
other
know.
opinions.
Get a dialogue.
Bounce
That's a
things
rival.
off.
That's a message in Arrival.
Made up fan
Communication.
questions.
No, hell no. We've been recording for like 2 hours.
2 hours. 2
One
hours
more
and
hour
an
to the
acre.
end of Endgame. All right, well, that's the Nerd Soup podcast.
We got a
everybody.
question here from Aaron Fan 22. Hey Aaron,
cut the
big
feed,
fan.
cut the
I
feed.
think you're the best on the show. Everyone else is bringing you down. You should probably start your own. Oh, thank you. You don't have to say it.
I
like.
did get a weird question on the email.
Yeah.
Like, it was like a weird fan question.
Care to share?
I don't even know if I should share it. It's like
cut it out.
awkward.
I want to actually, if I'm allowed, could I flip it around to the fans? How long would they want to hear a podcast for? I mean, we're talking about Endgame being 3 hours. Would they want to hear a 3-hour podcast?
You just said you're rambling because you're tired.
No, it's late. It's late. We don't record this late.
It is late.
And I didn't get to finish my jerky.